This is Biomedical Debate Round 2 Advisor Orientation for Alabama Hosts State Leadership Conference. Just an overview of this event. Biomedical Debate Round 1 takes place Thursday afternoon at 2:30. Round 2 is Friday morning with the event manager personnel orientation starting at 8 a.m., the judge orientation at 8:20 a.m., and the competitor orientation and event at 8:45 a.m. Please see the competitive event schedule for your specific. Be prepared to run the event. Round 1, the test only portion is 50 questions in 60 minutes. The round 2 portion, of course, will require judges. Plan to have 2 judges, but the event can be ran with only 1 judge. Advisors will be managing the event. Event personnel may include advisors with students in the event, but the event personnel advisors are not the actual judges. Round 2 specifics. These are 3 to 4 member teams. The 6 teams with the highest average score from round 1 will advance to round 2 and complete a single debate round. The topic for this year for biomedical debate is pain management. Opioids are the best solution. Debate pairings are randomly assigned and posted. Random selection for team assignments of affirmative or negative will also have to be made. How to prepare for State Leadership Conference. Print and review your event's guidelines. The event manager is responsible for coordinating the event. We are asking the event managers to reach out to the other event personnel prior to state conference too. The manager must report to headquarters to get the event binder and any other necessary equipment needed to run the event. The event personnel should plan to meet in the event room for event setup, and they should also start orienting the judges using the guidelines and the rubrics. The room setup. Every event basically has a room diagram in the binder. You'll have tables with chairs for judges, table for materials, chairs in the room for advisors, a table for each team, and a podium. Related to confidentiality, all advisors should complete an online confidentiality form prior to state conference. This is the Google link for that. Dana has already emailed that out as well. If somebody there shows up and has not completed it, please do that online before the event starts. We will have a few hard copies available in headquarters. Confidentiality has to be of utmost importance in order to assure equity in future events. Advisors and students are not allowed to enter or observe an event other than the one they are assigned at any time for any reason. Pictures may not be taken of events, skills. Orientation for the event manager will be completed through this video. When the event manager reports to headquarters to pick up the binder, he or she will ask any questions that they may still have about the event. A separate binder video will be sent out that will show every tab and what will be in the binder. At headquarters, the manager will receive that binder with event directions, the top 6 competitor team list, scripts, skill rubrics for the judges, which really in this is the debate round scoring sheet, event summary forms, and judges' gifts. If the assigned event manager cannot attend or pick up the materials, please notify Dana Stringer as soon as possible. Another member of the event team will be asked to attend. It is imperative that someone be present to obtain the event materials and any additional instructions. Event manager and personnel before state conference, of course, to be familiar with the biomedical debate guidelines and follow them precisely. After picking up the event binder, make a plan to how we're going to orient the judges, and that should have already been started by the personnel while the manager is at headquarters. Get students in the room, figure out how we're going to call roll, check those IDs, check the guidelines, how we're going to orient the students. Consider where the students will wait their turn in the holding area, or will they get appointment times. Checking the dress code is also something we've got to document, and figuring out how we're going to draw for affirmative and negative team assignments. In the binder, you will have tabs already made, negative and affirmative. Who will read the script for the flow of the debate portion, who will time the sections of the debate, and who will keep the judges on schedule. Suggestions: orient the judges to the rubrics and the time limits of the event. Make sure they're familiar with the guidelines, review the important points to be sure they understand, review the rubrics and stress consistency. Remember, the judge's Scantron should be a duplicate of the rubric that was in the guidelines. Each judge will complete their own rubric. They may come together and discuss the rubric scores after all competitors have been scored. They must break any tie. They should not write notes on the Scantron rubric itself. Use a notepad because this could interfere with the grading. Remind them that they can't give advice to the competitors. Thank you is acceptable, good job is not. Advisors will notify judges if the competitors did not follow guidelines. Other suggestions on how to run the event: each room will have a table outside the door. So you'll check the roster, IDs, dress code, and the dress code is checked discreetly at the table as they enter the room. If you do think there's a dress code violation, keep it confidential. Ask a second event personnel to discreetly look at it and make a mutual decision. If you're unsure, err on the side of the student. If there is a violation, document it, and points will be adjusted at headquarters. A reminder that this is documented on the master summary form. And the guidelines state that the hosted uniform or proper business attire is the requirement for this event. And we are documenting only if they do not meet dress code. Same with the ID violation, cell phone violation. Guidelines for round 2 is not necessarily having to be checked. After the students have been checked in or standing in the room, we're thinking about how to orient them here. We're instructing them to the process of the event, about the order or the appointment time in which they will compete for their debate. Instruct them about the holding area they will use if needed. Remind the students that their team average on the test is added to their debate score round to determine the final score. Answer any questions at this time. Send them to the holding area or instruct them to return at their appointment time. That is your decision as the event. Once the competitors arrive for the event, call the teams in by pairings and allow them to draw either negative or affirmative. And again, those are pre-printed tabs in the binder pouch. Teams have 2 minutes to prep after they know if they're negative or affirmative. And I have a snippet here of the guidelines for the flow of those speeches for the debate. Here's the speaker flow chart, who should be at the podium, who's going to be at the table. Just a reminder that this is straight from the guidelines and is supposed to be followed. Here's a biomedical debate script as far as the timing and the flow of the event. Very important that that's followed. Some additional info to make this event successful. Students can discuss and write notes during all parts of the debate. Table decorum is judged in the rubric. Students will not know final results until the award session. We cannot give individual students suggestions for improvement, but the judges can create a list of general suggestions that Dana can share with everyone after state conference. Make this list of suggestions on the event survey. Consistency makes equitable competitive events, remember. Determining the debate winner. In addition to rating each part of the debate, each judge will determine his or her winner of the debate based on the total presentation, evidence, and persuasiveness, and they will award that team 10 points on the rating sheet. If a tie occurs, the highest average test score will be used to determine the rank. Keep the goal in mind. Our goal is to set an example of high standards and integrity for our students while being as fair and equitable as possible. These are leadership qualities we hope to instill in all our members. Be the example. Conduct the event as you would like the others to conduct events for your students. Grievances. If a student has a grievance, listen carefully. If you can fix the issue, fix it if it can be fair. If you're unsure how to fix it, or even if it needs to be fixed, refer to their advisor. Their advisor can bring the grievance to headquarters in a professional and confidential manner. Keep in mind that everyone is doing their best and that we are human. When the event is complete, thank the judges, provide them with a thank you card and gift that the event manager will have picked up at headquarters. The thank you cards are in the binder. Gather all equipment, signage, straighten the room. Advisors and judges should complete the event survey. Refer to the event binder for instructions on what items should be placed in the front binder pocket. The event manager or personnel should return the binder and all other supplies to headquarters. Make sure all items on the check-in sheet are accounted for. You have your master summary form complete. Event personnel and managers should take time as a group to complete feedback portions of the check-in sheet as well as their own evaluations. Thank you so much. We could not make Alabama host the State Leadership Conference possible without you.